is very familiar to SRC Monaco, and it's a short quali and 39 laps at the same race format as the SRC race that I debuted in league racing in way back on F122, nearly over 3 years ago now, which is quite mad to think about, where the sim racing journey has put me. All these years later, finding all these great communities like ALI, SRC, and everything, and while at the time I thought it was a road to F1 esports, which it is, I learned that it's not about that. It's about just having fun and pretending you're having an F1 when you're not. But yeah, it's mainly just for fun, and that's what I've loved about Razorwise. So it's on different settings. That's why it felt. Oh yeah, I forgot, because I was using Lucas Blakely's setup. Then I changed to the setup of what's his name, Sweatback Flame from Vantage Racing Team, the man who was runner up in V1 in the season 7. Yeah, I like F1 24. It's probably one of the most accessible F1 games. Like, it's very easy just to jump into and start. Oh, I hit the wall. Whoops. I might be a little bit damaged, but oh well, that'll be alright. Nothing better than a good old Monaco quali sesh or time trial sesh. I don't know why, I just really love Monaco one lap sesh. Oh, bit much. Whoops. Oh no, oh no, oh no! That went from bad to worse. Ah, no. Oh, Max went in the wall in retro quali as well. That's such a shame. Alright, we're doing this the hard way then. Oh, he didn't. The Mercedes didn't crash into my car, did he? Oh well. Well, we're doing this the hard way now then. That's such a shame. I was doing such a good lap there. And then, like, I hit the wall and then I kind of turned in early, expecting the understeer, but the understeer didn't come. And not as much as I was thinking from F1 25, so I just kind of went, oh god, I have grip, and then I hit the inside wall, hit the other wall, hit this wall. I had like was it Nico Rosberg back in like 2008, who came through this section here, the Wilhelm's gone through, perfect timing, and he like hit one wall, then he hit the other wall, and like tore his front 2 tyres off. Yeah. Anyway, I'll do some commentary while I'm at it. So we have Wilhelm coming to the line on the medium tyres, and he sets a pole time of a 1:11.4. That's the benchmark time so far. Next up we have, what is the Williams? Or Salpap, yes it was a Williams that won in SRC round 5 at this very track in F1 22 back in my debut in league racing, but that Williams was driven by Dylan Gill. This has been driven by Salpap, and he nearly brake tests the Mercedes and he goes round. Shocking stuff here for Salpap. Meanwhile, Daniel Rock on an invalid lap goes over the line. He's trying again now. The Sauber coming out the pits in front of him though isn't going to help things. So he's going to come up just behind the Sauber here under dirt. Yeah, meanwhile Salpap goes into the pits. The Red Bull of Jam Jest Dahl. The Red Bull car that I debuted in around this track goes to pole position with a 1:10.3. And that would have been that is a pretty good lap. I think Joseph Singh would be near enough that, maybe, but due to hitting this very section, that came to a massive end. Meanwhile, Daniel Rock, I think he's still on a lap. he still have any ERS? It looks like he does, according to his steering wheel. So we head through the chicane with the Mercedes of Daniel Rock, looking to shake up the scene like a rock star's guitar amp. But he doesn't hit the wall at the back. He doesn't hit the wall through the swimming pool. He's looking a bit floaty with the internet connection in that Mercedes. But he's heading through the Razkaz and out of the Anthony Noakes corner. Down the straight and into P3 with a 1:16.3. Over nearly 6 seconds off the pole time. 7 seconds off the pole. No, yeah, 6 seconds. Can't count. Anyway, we have, I think the pole sitter's coming back in the pits. He isn't. He's going on another lap. He's fueled up for another lap. Jam Jess Dahl looking to set the time to light here. Meanwhile, we have the other Mercedes of Alessio into the Novel chicane. He avoids the wall, clobbers over the curb, goes right out to the wall, hits the back. Joseph saying Exam Max Clark as well, both having trouble here. Max in Retro had trouble at Tabac. Joe here had trouble at Tabac in the swimming pool. Joe, it's not the first time Joe's crashed in that swimming pool chicane in a league race, but that was way back in LOC. But meanwhile, Alessio out of the Anthony Noakes corner goes to P2, a 10th off of Jess Dawn, and he hits the wall at turn 1. Proper clumps it. Meanwhile, 5 seconds up on his time. So far as Daniel Rock, he might be able to jump Lauhem here. Let's see what he does. It's a Mercedes 2-3. So 2 tenths ahead of Lauhem is the Mercedes of Daniel Rock, and he's also ahead of Nat Sunny, who's set up 15.8 as the Mercedes of Alessio DNFs. He's done a Rosberg. He's out at Mirabeau. You can see him just down here. Look, he's gone off at Mirabeau. Oh, he's done the Fernando Alonso thing from way back in 2022. Absolute not what he would like to be doing. Meanwhile, I thought that was the Ferrari backwards there for a minute. No, it's just a Ferrari coming out of the pit lane, as you can see on the minimap. We have Daniel Rock here, 500s down in his time so far. Manoeuvring around the Novel chicane, nearly hitting the wall. He has grip on the exit, which Joseph Singh couldn't find earlier. He's gone through to back, very nice. Through the swimming pool chicane, 6 heads up. This could be a really good lap. He could even jump his teammate here. Daniel Rock, on his 3rd flying lap of this run, comes out of Anthony Noakes' corner, and he goes over the line with a 1:10.2. Beautiful stuff. The Mercedes pair today, really lighting up the scoring boards. As we have the Kick Sauber car of Cat Sunny. Joseph Singh drove this car in Vantage Racing Team way back in Season 7 before F1 25 came out. And yeah, Joe picked up some good. I'm talking like about me, but as like another person, because I don't know, it just makes sense in my mind when I'm commentating. But yeah, anyway, we have the Ferrari of Ankit heading around the Razkaz section. Down the line, we have 9 minutes to go, just over 9 minutes to go here in qualifying, and we have 2 drivers out. 7 left in qualifying to make that 3 drivers out. As Ankit into the wall, heroics as Sandoval. Not gone well for the Ferrari driver on that one. Daniel Rock finally pits and ends his first run. A very impressive first run, it has to be said. Took a while for him to hook up his true pace, but when he did, holy moly. He's also got more track time though, so that will help him in the race as well. Lauhem retires at Tabac. So Tabac claiming another victim in the space of 2 days, or 2 weeks should I say. It was Exam Max in Retro Racing at Tabac in the BMW Sauber, and it's now Lauhem in the Water Tabac. Joseph Singh did go in the Water Tabac, but he didn't end his session there. He ended it just a couple meters earlier, and there's a yellow flag, the Williams round again. Salpap struggling for traction in the Williams. Nat Sunny though, so we have 5 people left in qualifying. I'll be surprised if other people who have already set a good time just retire now. But heading down into the Nouvelle chicane, that's Sunny. Into the 10th corner on the track. Heading round. Also, I have to shout out as well, there was a move at Portier made by Bayous and so Yusuf and what's his name, Phoenix got out of shape, and then Bayous went on the outside of Portier to make the move stick, and it is some of the best racecraft I've ever seen in my entire life. And, whoa, that was nearly a huge cluster crash there for Salpap. He gets out of turn 1 ahead of the Red Bull. Joseph Singh still 7th, but he's behind 2 people who haven't set times yet, so he might go down to 9th, depending on how these runs go. But Joe isn't disqualified either, so if there's any unlucky disqualifications for anyone, that could also push Joe back up the order as well. So, and same goes for Ankit, same goes for Lauhem, but he set a time as well, so he's going to be way ahead of 6th and 7th. Same for Alessio as well. He's still ahead of Nat Sonny, who hasn't set a quicker time than him yet. But Dudzio into the Nouvelle chicane. Nicely done there. Oh, but he lags in front of Salpap, who's in the wall again. The 97 Williams facing the Armco for the 3rd time in this qualifying session. Into the Razkaz for Dudzio. That's hard to say. But yeah, he's on his out lap, he's invalidated, but now he is on a proper lap. Meanwhile, another invalidated lap, it's somehow purple in sector 2 for Salpap. Nearly in the wall there for the Red Bull on the edge. There's one Red Bull on pole position, the other one looks like he's on the limit to begin with. As he winds the car around. Is it going to be a battle between the Red Bulls? Are we going to have a multi-21 scenario? Yes, we are, because it's purple in the first sector for Dudzio. So Jay-Z versus Jam Jest. Who's going to take the crown here in the Principality? Heading round Portier. There was a Red Bull car who made a beautiful overtake on the outside of here in Retro Racing last week. That being M Bayous. But now, Jam Jest is on pole, and Dudzo looking like he's on a good lap, but he's messed up the Nouvelle chicane. He went wide on the entry, and that really set him up bad. How's that cost him any time? He heads through sector 2. No, it hasn't. Purple in sector 2. He's off. Whoa, my lord. He is on the edge of gripping that Red Bull. And he's nearly in the wall on the exit of the swimming pool section out of Razkaz into the Anthony Nogues final corner. And now down the curved straight over the line. And he goes to P4. And although it looked fast and looked wild, flamboyant as ever, it wasn't fast. And as the old Top Gear saying goes, the slower it looks, the faster it actually is. And they don't mean literally going slow, but they mean the less flamboyant it looks, the faster it is. And here's the man who knows that best, Jam Jest, who had a pretty unflamboyant looking lap, but it wasn't that slow to put him anywhere lower than 2nd right now. So we have a yellow flag for the Sauber struggling. Oh no, he's just trying to warm up his tyres. As Dudzo looking like he's trying to go again. Oh, he's at the wall and out of the session. Dudzio out of the Monaco Grand Prix qualifying session. He clipped the wall on the exit of the Nouvelle chicane, and he now sits on top of his wheel. And now that's him in P4. He's the 10th down at the moment on Alessio. So it's Mercedes versus Red Bull in the top 4 battle. Natsuni, should I say, trying to get on top of this battle up ahead of him. As we head into the Nouvelle chicane with Jam Jest. Oh, and in the wall, another Red Bull at the Nouvelle chicane. Comes a cropper. This time it's Jam Jest, who's still on pole and still has his left front wheel hanging on for dear life, but nonetheless he's shed some debris, shed some carbon fibre at that section. Meanwhile, there's an invalid lap for Natsuni, who heads into the Razkaz, and he's sliding through, and he's into the pits. Very late call to go into the pits, I must add. But another car in the pits. Meanwhile, Daniel Rock looking to set a lap quicker than a 197, and he looks like he's backed off. Or is that just, isn't that looking strange? Yeah, no, he has backed off. He's in the pits, looking to go again. Meanwhile, we have an outlap here for Salpap. Let's see if he can go any higher than ninth at the moment. If he set a time, no matter what it would be, he would be up in 7th, ahead of Ankit and Joseph Singh, who crashed before they could even set a proper lap time. But he heads into the Razkaz section. Round he goes. Now, round Anthony knows what lap can the Williams man set. We head down into turn 1. The Williams, who in 1992 battled hard with the McLaren, not of Lauhem but of Ayrton Senna. Battled hard in 1992 to try and take the win from Senna, but Senna said, "No thanks, Mansell. Stay behind me, my friend. I like seeing the sight of your car in my mirrors." And he followed that up by winning that particular race in 1992. But we now head down round into one of Ayrton Senna's most feared corners, Portier, where in 1998, it was 98. Yeah, he crashed out of Portier and hit the wall, ending his dominant run in that particular Monaco Grand Prix race. Or was it 1991? No, it's 1989, pretty sure. 99% sure. I'm probably going to be wrong, but hey. Meanwhile, we have Natsuni on an outlap. We have Salpap still trying to end his lap here. He's not going to get a quick lap, but it looks like he is going to get up into P7 here. He hasn't invalidated, and he does. He pushes the Aston Martin of Joseph Singh, who was the first one out, and now into the runoff area for Salpap. That's a first for this session. But but he does also go ahead of Ankit, who went off this very corner as well. Meanwhile, the pole sitter ends his outlap. And the Williams in the middle of the track, nearly into the side of the Red Bull. That was so close. Salpap really nearly caused a huge jump. Meanwhile, Natsuni's also on a lap as well. But yeah, that was scary by Salpap. Meanwhile, 2/10 up on his pole time already, just because he can, is the Red Bull of Jam Jest Dewey, heading through the Red Bull. Oh, he's in the wall, Portier. Oh, he was nearly in the wall. He went wide, certainly, on the exit. I'm not sure if he turned out or if he did hit the wall. Look at it again on the stream. I think he just hit the curb and it put him out. But heading into the Novo chicane then, we have 3 minutes to get these lap times done. 4 cars left in this session. They're all on push laps, bar Salpap, who's just ended his push lap. Into the wall for the Red Bull. But he gets away with it. He has a little tango with the wall there, blows it a kiss, leaves a mark with its tyre, and then blasts towards the line and goes faster with a 196 to add to his pole gap at the top of the standings ahead of Daniel Rock. Meanwhile, Natsuni sets a faster time but doesn't set a better position for the race, so he is still in P5 behind the Red Bulls and the Mercedes. Meanwhile, Daniel Rock doesn't take pole position. He's 2/10 off, and now we're waiting for Salpap to... Oh, he didn't cross the line. No, now we're going to have to wait. So yeah, that's it then. So the order is Jam Jest ahead of Daniel Rock, then comes Alessio, then comes Derd Zio, then comes Natsuni, then comes Lauhem ahead of Salpap, then comes the 2 men who didn't set a time, Ankit and Joseph Singh, who went out on his first banker lap and may or may not have had the pace to be somewhere near the Red Bulls and the Mercedes. He probably would have been around Natsuni and Lauhem's times. But nonetheless, that's the order for the Monaco Grand Prix. But anything can happen in Formula 1, of course it usually does. So we'll see if the race can change up that order. There's Daniel Rock then in P2.